Good morning. I'm here with Anatoli from BetaNXT.
Good morning.
Anatoli, you want to introduce yourself?
Anatoli Arkhipenko. I'm Head of Technology Transformation at BetaNXT.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
Our conversation is going to be very, very simple. We have been working together for almost a year and a half now. What's the journey has been so far with Centroid?
It's an interesting journey. It's, we started with, obviously, before I started with BetaNXT, there was a selection of cloud, but once we set our sights on OCI, Centroid was the partner of choice. And I think since we started, it's been a very successful journey of transformation, which is what my responsibility is. And I think we're in the middle of a successful migration of our clients from on-prem to the cloud. So I must say that it was a journey of success as well.
Absolutely. And you led me to my next question I was going to ask is, I know you're getting rid of decreasing the footprint on-prem on colos right now you have, and moving more and more towards the cloud. So, and you have a multi-cloud journey strategy as well. So how is that journey going on with OCI and with the other clouds as well?
Different clouds we use for different purposes. OCI is a very specific right now purpose. One of the product lines is only going to OCI. But with multi-cloud strategy comes multi-cloud challenges, right? So we need to think through, we are very big on zero trust architecture. So being in multiple clouds comes as a challenge. You need to architect it properly. You need to implement it properly. You need to establish standards. You need to establish common practices. Just even the terminology between clouds sometimes could be confusing. So it's a journey. I think we're on the way there. Different teams are at different levels. We are focused on performance and intensity, but cost is always a big question. So that part needs to be standardized across the clouds. I think the whole world is trying to figure out what the multi-cloud will look like with all the partnerships that are being announced between the clouds. I think they started to realize that they need to kind of work together to the point they can be competitors.
Absolutely.
So that would benefit customers, I guess.
No, absolutely. Nobody's putting all the eggs in one basket.
No, and I think they realize that.
They realize, absolutely.
You either play the game or
you're left out of the game.
I was talking to someone this morning about that you would rather not face the choice of a customer, like we either pull out of your cloud or we go 100%. The chances might be that there would be zero. So
exactly.
You don't want zero. No, and absolutely. You cannot be sure of 100%. So sharing becomes a necessity, I think.
And Oracle database has been a core product for Oracle itself. And now Oracle database is not only available in OCI with Exadata and Autonomous, but it's available in Azure, Google, and AWS as of yesterday too. So
yeah, it's exciting.
So your point is spot on that they're making their offerings available in other cloud because we don't want to lose the complete workload going to a different or competitive cloud as well. Absolutely. I do want to talk about the innovation from the innovation part of that side. What our teams have done together is the complete automation of orchestration of an environment. Why don't you tell us more about that?
That was, I think, one of the most important achievements so far of the project, and an exciting one. And it was exciting not just for the technology team, it was exciting for the business teams, it was exciting for the management team. With the data center comes the responsibility of procurement and hardware management, and with a little less than necessary focus on documentation and streamlining, the ability to build a new client environment for us took time. Especially if we needed to procure the hardware. Then it was months. If the hardware was available, it was weeks. What we've been able to achieve with Centroid is dedicated effort to understand that process, that manual process, to the degree that only engineers can understand step by step, and then automating it to the level of basically unprecedented to the company, right? What took 2 weeks now takes 2 hours to build. And when we announced that, and it wasn't overnight, it was gradual. First it was 2 weeks. First it was a couple of months understanding. Then it was 2 weeks to build the first environment, and everybody was already happy. Like 2 weeks, that never took 2 weeks. It was always, and then it became 3 days, and then it became 2 hours.
Yep.
And now it's almost like at will.
Yep.
You need an environment, here's an environment.
Exactly. I mean, this is where the overall automation and the infrastructure as a code has evolved between the teams so much, and teams have learned from each other that they are actually building on top of each other's skill set to get to the next level, which is now, 2 hours is, it's a completely unheard of that we are putting an environment which has more than 50 assets in each environment.
Yeah. I think also the byproduct of that process was the discipline that it required, because you cannot really automate mess.
Yep.
So we had to work on streamlining processes within various teams, infrastructure teams, development teams, establishing standards that automation can use to actually run reliably and quickly.
Absolutely. And the flexibility it brings to the day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just huge.
Yeah.
Now we can not only, you said it, not only we can build the production environment with the production, DR, the non-production, the lower environments. We can spit out anything in under 2 hours now.
Yeah, and we're using that for experiments, for some, future ideas, projects. It's already started to happen. I guess we got used to this very quickly.
Very quickly now, exactly. No, I agree. I still remember the days when we sat in the conference room talking about 2 weeks for each environment, and now look where we are. Absolutely, that's a great.
Yeah, we were trying to cut days, and now we're like
we are in hours now. Absolutely. So, what's the next couple of years look like from technology side?
I think in current world, you don't even know what's going to be there in 2 years, right? But for us, at least for the next, I would say 1.5, 2 years, the path is pretty clear. We need to finish migrating the entire workload into OCI, and to make that process fast and kind of non-invasive. We chose what's called lift and shift. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're not changing much on the application side, but we will need to do that immediately after we are in the cloud, to take advantage of the cloud services, to optimize cost, optimize runtime, and all these new capabilities that we developed. I don't think we are still realizing how flexible we are in terms of what we can and cannot do with this infrastructure as a service tool, and we will continue building on it.
So basically, build on the phases and the foundation we are building now, and go into the phase 2 and phase 3 approach kind of thing.
Optimize and support business in very, very flexible execution of any deals that the business side brings in. Technology will be able to support and respond very, very quickly.
So that's a very good point you brought up. So for the customers who are looking to go towards cloud, what will be your advice to them?
I have to invoke the old saying, the job well planned is half done. You have to spend time preparing, you have to spend time planning, you have to spend time testing. That would minimize the amount of surprises.
Yep, absolutely.
Surprises will still be there, and get a good team and the right partner.
I think that's what. Anything I can answer for you?
Not really. I think we have a lot of stuff to do.
Absolutely.
So we'll continue working together for some time.
Absolutely, we'll continue.
I'm pretty sure.
And we'll actually bring an update to our consumers afterwards sometime too. Thanks for your time, Anatoli.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Have a good day.